Central Connecticut State University in New Britain was the setting in 1987 for Ansonia's 28-27 Class S playoff victory over New London. In that game, quarterback James Lane threw 4 touchdown passes, 3 going to tight end Brent Harvey, as Ansonia built a 28-14 lead. New London, on the legs of running back Jamal Johnson, came roaring back with 2 fourth-quarter touchdowns to edge within a point. A botched conversion preserved Ansonia's win. The Class S playoff scene shifted to Veterans Memorial Stadium in New Britain the following year. Johnson and New London were cruising along with a 15-0 lead when Southmore quarterback Kevin Sharkey began to revive the Ansonia offense. Down 15-13 with under a minute to play, the Shark connected with receiver Dave D'Onofrio on a 53-yard scoring bomb and the come-from-behind 20-15 win. And now we prepare for Ansonia New London 3. From Jestow Field on the campus of Southern Connecticut State University, it's New London against Ansonia for the Class S title on Telemedia Sports Valley High School Football Game of the Week. Hello again, everyone. Ed Clements, Buddy Chernovitz from here at Jestow Field on the campus of Southern Connecticut State University. Buddy, I talked to both coaches, as is my custom during the week. First of all, when I talked to Whaler coach Jim Bunicor, he said the key for his team is not to turn over the football, and he wants a consistent effort from his team.
Field position and turnovers, obviously, in this type of game are going to make a big difference in the winner and the loser of this one. They both got to be consistent, both on offense and defense, and turnovers are a thing that kills both your offense and defense. So consistency for both teams is going to be the key to victory here.
Now, no surprise that any team that makes the state playoffs has to have a very good defense. No surprise then when I asked Coach Hunt what Ansonia had to do. First of all, he says we have to have that usual good effort from our defense. Then he also said we have to get the good games from Leicester, Clark, and of course we also have to get that good game from Tinney.
Well, they're going to be challenged today, really, because New London comes in with some pretty good speed, both on offense and defense. And it's going to be an even matchup, I think, in the ability of Tinney and Clark and the speed merchants for the Ansonia Chargers to get loose. I think it's going to be an even matchup along the line of scrimmage. Both teams are pretty size-wise the same, and both teams are going to have a challenge. And the team that plays the best consistent football is going to come out of here with the W.
Now, anytime you play a state playoff game in December, the first thing you've got to consider is the condition of the field. And you've been out there. What is the condition of the field here at Jestow Field?
Jestow Field is excellent. The surface, considering the snow the other day, is in great shape. The water just is porous on the field, so it goes right through. And the ball is not even going to be very wet after an incomplete pass. So I think the field is going to be great. There's not a lot of wind. It's not very cold. It really is an ideal night for football in December. And I don't think it's going to make a difference in who wins or loses the game.
And we'll be back with this Class S title game, the CIAC class title game, right after these messages. We're back, everyone, and we're moments away from the opening kickoff here at Jestow Field on the campus of Southern Connecticut State University. Ansonia has won the opening coin toss, and they have deferred their choice for the second half, and the Chargers will be kicking off to the Whalers. Your picture there, Jack Hunt completing his 5th year as the Ansonia head football coach. Buddy, we talked about it in pregame. The weather conditions ideal when you consider December and what December weather could bring, and the fact that this field is cleared of snow, and the fact that there isn't much of a wind. But now that I look at the American flag now, that there is a wind whipping up that wasn't there when we were
across the field too. So it really won't make that much difference. But there is some breeze on the field. It really isn't enough, I think, to affect the passing game. It may affect the kicking game a little bit, but both teams, I think, are ready to play a game that they've worked all season to get into. The Chargers and New London have been together a number of times, and there's a short problem here as both teams are being signaled to the sidelines. It may be, and I would only guess because there is no ambulance available, as I do not see one, and that might be the reason that they are forced to take a break. Our director says that the ambulance is parked out back, so it's got to be some other reason. but both teams now are waiting, and the referees are conferring with both coaches.
Once again, it's not surprising that Ansonia would elect to go on defense. And getting back to the conversation I had with Coach Hunt, first thing he said, the key to Ansonia in this football game, he has to have the effort from his defense. And we also mentioned the fact that it's a standard that a team that makes the playoffs is going to have a very good defense if they're going to get into these postseason playoff games in Connecticut, any state for that matter.
You see Coach Hunt there now. Both teams are at the sidelines, and we are unsure of the reason as to why the game is not starting.
Well, there's some speculation right now from our truck that there is a huge crowd out waiting to get into this football game. Maybe they're just trying to allow some of the people access, and that is verified as we look out the window of our press box here at Just Dow Field. So just waiting a few moments, and while we have this time, let's go to some of our pregame interviews that Buddy Chernovitz conducted with both coaches. First of all, he caught up with New London coach Jim Bunicor, who is completing his 23rd season as the head football coach, and that is remarkable in these days for high school coaching any sport. And Buddy asked the veteran New London coach what problems Ansonia posed offensively and defensively.
Well, the type of defense we use is it's a multiple 5, and it's very adjustable. And what we do is we usually get into a game, see what's taking place, and then we adjust. I mean, if a team decides they're going to try to throw the ball, we'll do something. If they decide they're going to run, we'll do something. So we're very flexible on defense.
We're back, everyone. There is, in your picture to the right, Jim Bunicor, 23rd year completing as the head football coach, and an awful lot of enthusiasm when he talks about the game of football. He really loves what he's doing. But he also caught up with head football coach Jack Hunt, and he asked Jack Hunt what kind of offense that Ansonia would have to defense.
They play a multiple offense, and they mix it up pretty much. They're not like they have been in the past, where they were primarily a running team. They throw the ball quite a bit now, and that presents a problem.
Coach, pretty good speed on defense and offense for this club?
Yeah, excellent speed all around. They're not very big as us, same as us. We're not that big, but they do have excellent speed.
We're back, everyone, and there is Jack Hunt, and we don't have the official explanation, but they're waiting around. You got to think that this game will be starting momentarily. Once again, Ansonia has deferred their option to the second half. They won the opening coin flip here. Well, again, we're having some speculation, and our director, Ron Carcutt, has reminded me that it is not exactly 7:30. And just as he has said that, we are getting closer to that 7:30 mark, so they just wanted to get this game off at the scheduled start. Sound good to you, buddy?
I guess so, Edward. We're just up here. This is the quietest spot that we've ever been at. You really can't even hear the fans. It's a beautiful press box and a beautiful facility here at Just Dow Field. It's something that the people of Southern Connecticut have worked for a long time, and it finally has come to fruition. And they really have an outstanding facility. They have a basketball game going on behind us in the field house tonight also. This is the last of the CIAC playoff games, and we really are looking forward to a great matchup between two teams who have been here before. The last time they played in 1987, it went down to one play, and the winner of that game, after being behind most of the game, were the Ansonia Chargers. As you see, Pop Shortall right there in his normal position, right on the sidelines, right behind the bench. He has taken statistics and stats of every Ansonia high school football game going back, I think, to when Neanderthal man was playing in Ansonia. It's been a long time.
Not quite that far back, but
he has missed, I think, one game over the course of that period of time.
That is Keith Carlack, who is teeing the football up, and the sophomore will get ready to kick off, and we'll be underway in this CIAC Class S title game from Just Dow Field, the campus of Southern Connecticut State University. Back deep for New London, Joe DeBose, Cassie Fletcher, along with Ronaldo Drayton.
Interesting formation for the Chargers, is they are not going to give New London a chance to really line up against an individual. They're going to break and then go with the kickoff.
We're underway. Carlock line drives it to the center of the field. It's taken there. And Fletcher breaks it midfield, the 40, the 30, and he is going to be on his way to a touchdown on the opening kickoff. Cassie Fletcher fielded the punt, found the seam at about his 40-yard line, and went the distance, outrunning the Ansonia special teams.
He just broke right up the middle. They just came straight up the middle on a middle return. Really, he beat two guys right at the point of attack, and he is, once he breaks through, he is off on a jaunt about 80 yards. You'll see there the arm tackle missed by number 56 for Ansonia, and after that it is just clear sailing for Cassie Fletcher as he goes 80 yards on the opening kickoff of this football game for the New London Whalers.
And we didn't even have a chance to set that offense for New London. Unbelievable turn of events. New London getting that opening kickoff. Fletcher, Cassie Fletcher, one of the Fletcher brothers, taking it all the way back, 80 yards on the kickoff return, opening kickoff return. That is Bustamante attempting the extra point. It's wide of the mark, and Ansonia will get the football. But they're down by a score of 6-0.
Eddie, that shows the speed that the New London football team has. They certainly have great speed with their skilled people. As you see, the snap is a little bit high. The ball is going to go off to the left. Never has an opportunity to get through the uprights. 6-0 on this opening kickoff for the New London Whalers as they, in a 12-second period, have taken a quick 6-0 lead. The speed evident in the first play of this football game. Chargers deferred, wanted to get their defense on the field. They're going to start with their offense and down 6-0 to the Whalers.
It'll be Robert Young kicking off for New London. Back deep for Ansonia. Tinney, Jason Tinney, along with Robbie Clark.
As we said, it was an interesting formation for the Chargers as the scoreboard now is not functioning, and it's giving you a little bit of a thrill. We'll see if that makes a difference. If someone's got to watch on the field, we hope we'll be able to play as the scoreboard is now back. But the first play, certainly as with the kickoff, presented the Chargers with a new look as they tried to line up in a huddle and then break. They broke down in coverage as Fletcher went the 80 yards.
More delays in this game than we've ever had in a game, it seems. Robert Young will be set to kick off. New London leads it 6-0. Cassie Fletcher on the opening kickoff, taking it back 80 yards for the score of the extra point. No good. We talked about the fact the New London team has great team speed.
And as we were talking, Edward, the far side, the New London side, continues to fill up. That might have been part of the 1,000 fans outside waiting to get in.
And Young has drilled the football into the end zone. And Ansonia will get the football at their 20-yard line. And let's take a look now at that Ansonia offense.
Some familiar people back there. Lester, Kelly, Tinney in the backfield. An excellent line. And Rich Lester is going to have to be able to throw the football a little bit today to keep that defense honest, and that will be something that you can look for very early in this game, the ability of Lester to get the ball to his wideouts.
Clark is now a split end out to the left side, Gessner out to the right side. First down play for Ansonia, first play for scrimmage. On a delayed handoff to draw, that is Tinney for 4 yards to the 24-yard line. Let's take a look now while we have an opportunity at that New London defense as Robert Young made the tackle of Tinney on the first down play for Ansonia.
Fletcher, who just went on that romp, will be one of the corners along with his brother back there. And there are two young men that can fly. They're both juniors and excellent football players for New London.
Second down, 2nd and 6 for Ansonia, just underway from here at Jestow Field. We had a lot of electricity before a lot of these people got settled. The pass is complete for Ansonia for the first down. Cassie Fletcher on the coverage. That was Robbie Clark on the reception.
Just a turnout to Clark as Lester just rolls a little bit to his left and then hits right at the yard marker. Robbie Clark for the first down, the initial first down for the Chargers, and Ansonia able to get that football out to the wideouts.
Fletcher, buddy, was playing him soft, gave him an awful lot of room out there.
Awful lot of speed on the corners for both football teams, and you're not going to see them come up and try and take the ball away unless they've got help behind them.
First down for Ansonia, just outside the 30-yard line. We're underway from here at Jestow Field. Tinney tries to cut it back in as he didn't see an opening to the outside, and Jason for a couple. Ambrose Fletcher from the secondary on the stop for New London.
Tinney is going to lose his footing as he tries to stop and cut back inside. He will slip down. Ambrose is there, or Ambrose Fletcher's. You'll see right here he loses the footing, tries to come back up inside, picks up about 2 yards on that carry.
We'll mark it now at the 33-yard line. Ansonia now showing a different look on offense. Clark with the slot back in motion. And the whistles are blown before the second down play gets underway, and let's await the official's call.
It's going to be against Ansonia, I think, procedure as they move prior to the snap of the football. It's going to cost them 5 yards. It'll make it second and about 13. You just see the referee Eddie Ardito and his crew of New Haven officials who are working this football game.
So the football moved back to the 28-yard line, where it'll be a second down for Ansonia. Second and 13. Ansonia shows trips out to the left side on second and long. And the senior quarterback back to throw. Under pressure, gets it out short of the mark with the pressure. The intended receiver was Clark, but the interior of the New London line forced Lester, I believe, to throw the football a little earlier than he wanted to.
Clark and Holloway are going to get a great push inside on Lester. You see 63, 67 there, Clark and Holloway. Pretty good rush inside. Lester could not get the ball outside to Clark. Holloway was coming on a blitz. Pretty good job that time as it brings up a big third down now and 13 for the Chargers. They're back to that trips formation to the top.
Single back, that is Kelly under a rush. They screen it this time to Pettit, and Pettit eludes a tackle and eludes another tackle, brings it up to the 35-yard line. Pettit made something positive on a play, I believe, that could have gone for some negative yardage, the senior captain. And nonetheless, though, it will be a fourth down and a kicking down for Ansonia.
Looked like New London did a good job in scouting that play. It looked like Robert Young, number 89, right there, comes in, unable to hold Pettit, but they do a good job of just running out of bounds short of that first down. They're about 6 yards away. They're going to have to punt as Lester is back deep. Good job on that scouting report for New London on that tight end screen, which Ansonia has run all year very successfully.
Lester gets it off the punt. That is in the direction of Ronaldo Drayton. And Drayton is finally taken down by the special teams at the 35-yard line. It'll be first down for the New London Whalers. Let's take a look now, while we have this opportunity, at that New London offense. The first time New London touched the football, we didn't have a chance to do it because it was Cassie Fletcher taking it back on the opening kickoff for 80 yards. Of course, in that backfield, the quarterback is John McCullough. The fullback is Joe DeBose and the tailback is Ambrose Fletcher. And McCullough likes to go to a split end, and Captain Troy McKelvin. McKelvin out to the right side, the top part of your screen, and that is Dixon going in motion on the first down. Pitch to Ambrose. Ambrose cuts the corner and finally taken out of bounds, but not before I believe he's picked up a first down on that first play from scrimmage. Taken out there by Jim Fry, defensive end.
Good job getting around the corner. Just the turn and pitch. The fullback does a good job of blocking there in the end in the corner. They get outside and pick up another first down, and the initial first down for them, but very good job getting the corner, and Fletcher getting at least 12 yards on that first carry.
So Ambrose Fletcher, one part of that brother tandem for New London, Ambrose and Cassie. Ambrose on the carry, on the first down carry, into Ansonia territory to the 49-yard line.
Fletcher's just going to come behind his fullback and behind White and Jennings on that right side. You see the fullback kick out on the end, and then the tailback just comes up inside on the blast play. Again, pretty good yardage, picked up about 3.5 yards as you look right down that Charger group of young men on the sidelines.
When we get a chance, we'll look at it, the defense for Ansonia graphically. Second down, New London and Ansonia territory. They give to the fullback. That's DeBose. DeBose, a big gaping hole, and DeBose has taken it to the Ansonia 36-yard line before he stopped there by monster back Jamar Kelly.
They broke the eye that time, came with split backs, and just gave it to the fullback. A little bit of a trap inside. Fullback comes behind the guard, does a great job, DeBose, of getting up inside very quickly, and another first down for the New London Whalers as they're down inside the 30 or 40-yard line to about the 36.5. Good offensive drive and they're already up 6-0 in this football game.
First down for New London at the Ansonia 37-yard line. Ansonia having a little trouble containing that speed. Speaking about that speed, Fletcher to the outside. Ambrose, he is tripped up there by Gessner from the secondary. Let's take a look now at that Ansonia defense. And as usual for Ansonia, a lot is going to depend on the work of their linebackers, Clark, Press, and Kelly. That secondary for Ansonia has come along all year. It's a young group of players there. It was a big worry for Jack Hunt early on in the season, but he has developed an awful lot of experience, and most of those players will be back next year for Ansonia. Ambrose, Fletcher bumped down at the 30-yard line. What a hit there. That was Bob Powers making the hit.
I'm almost willing to bet that number 4, McKelvin, is the guy who's going to get credit for the tackle. Watch as Fletcher just comes through. He's very elusive as he makes his cut and comes back up inside. There it is. He runs into both 47 and McKelvin. Good job by Ansonia that time. But this kid, Fletcher, can move the football. He is very elusive, and he is almost like Mr. Tinney back there who can crack it at any moment.
Power eye, let me make the correction. That was Jeff Press on the tackle. This play doesn't get off on third down. It's the flags are dropped. The whistle is blown before the play, and let's await this call. It looks like it's going to go against New London.
Ansonia was on a blitz that time. Robbie Clark was in the backfield, and you're going to see a little bit more of the Chargers now coming with those linebackers to try and get into that backfield and disrupt the mesh point, prevent the backs from getting through the line of scrimmage, because they're making excellent yardage following the fullback and really running a great blocking scheme, trap blocking scheme along the line of scrimmage.
Ball moved back to the 35-yard line.
This brings up the first throw situation for New London as they're 3rd and long here. We'll see what Makula does, as he is an excellent thrower. They stay in that power eye, though.
And they run the football. Kazzy Fletcher tries to cut it back in, and unable to get too much yardage on the play as he slides for a couple.
They come out of the power eye set. Everybody along the line of scrimmage is blocking down. Big block by Young, kicking out, and then trying to cut back up inside is Kazzy Fletcher, and he picks up about 3.5, 4 yards. It's going to bring up a 4th down and a decision now for Jim Bonacore, who has to make that decision now of whether to punt the football or go for it here, and they're going to go.
Well, buddy, I got to think that they're in pretty much in 4-down territory. The football at the 35, and they feel very confident with their offense. And again, flags are dropped before the 4th down play commences.
This may change their strategy, as when you're up 6-0, it's not a bad idea to get the field position also. You're 4th down and 5, 4th and about 8 yards. I would think about punting the football, especially now, and let your defense go to work. Look for the turnover or look for field position when you get the football back, because they're going to bring that punting team in now on a 4th and about 13 yards.
Isaac Lazaro is the punter for New London. Lazaro standing at about his 46-yard line, back deep for Ansonia. Tinney along with Clark. Snap from center. Lazaro gets it off. It's a fine punt. It looks like it's going to sail into the end zone, and it does, and that's good news as far as Ansonia is concerned. So the Chargers will take the football out to their 20-yard line. We've got a break in the action, and with that break, we'll take our own timeout. We're back, everyone. Well, Ansonia takes over on their 20-yard line after Lazaro's punt has sailed into the end zone. Handoff. Might have been Kelly, the fullback.
Tried to go with trips to the top of the picture and tried to stretch New London a little bit. That defense inside is very tough. Clark, White, and Gutierrez inside just shut this play right down as they tried to come with a trap. Holloway and Thompson, along with the rest of those young men, just stopped Kelly right at the line of scrimmage. It brings up a 2nd and 10.
So 2nd down, 10 for Ansonia at the 20. Ansonia trying to get untracked offensively. Lester airing it out. As a receiver out there, it is caught at midfield. And on the far side of the field, Jason Tinney on the reception from the backfield. Ronaldo Drayton rode him out at that point, and Ansonia 1st down.
Lester hits Tinney in stride going down the sidelines. Tinney will just step out of bounds after he catches the football, or he's going to go the distance on this. Coverage is there. It's just a well-thrown football. Tinney makes a great reception, and Ansonia is at the 50-yard line.
At midfield for the Chargers. Tinney running the football, and Tinney down to the 45-yard line, the junior running back, before he's brought down by Rob Young.
Ansonia's got a very good running attack, and if they can get Tinney the football a number of times, it'll make their throwing game even better. As Tinney just comes around the corner, you see Holloway along with Young in on the tackle. Ansonia picks up about 5.5 yards on that run by Jason Tinney.
New London leads it. First quarter action, Jesdow Field for the Class S title. New London leads it 6-0. Tinney on the other side, and Tinney for the first down at about the 37-yard line. You get a look at that, the huge crowd from the Valley in Ansonia.
Again, just a pitch outside. Kelly, or number 47, will just lead him around the corner, and that's Jeff Press allowing the running back Jason Tinney to pick up first down yardage for the Chargers as they are moving the football now. They are down inside the New London 40-yard line.
Jerry and Clark on the tackle for New London. First down for Ansonia. A big hit inside. Tinney on the first down carry.
Good job that time by New London inside as they just closed Tinney right down here. Good hit inside by Young and company and Thompson as they just dragged him to the turf.
So Tinney lurched forward for about 1 yard on the play. It is 2nd and 9 for Ansonia. We're deep into the first quarter. New London leads it 6-0. Under the lights here at Jesdow Field. Play action. Lester pressure from behind. Flings it out there. It is incomplete, off of Tony Benjamin's hands inside the 10-yard line. Lester took a pop. He was getting some backside pressure. Cassie Fletcher on the coverage defensively for New London. That's McKelvin, buddy.
McKelvin just comes untouched, and he gets Rich Lester just as he releases the football. Almost a great catch down the center of the field by Tony Benjamin. As you see, the snow is part of this game, but luckily it is only on the sidelines as Ansonia has a big third down. Third
down and long for Ansonia to try to keep the drive alive. Lester throwing it out, and it's a catch to Pacheco. And it's going to depend on the mark as to whether Pacheco's picked it up. He might be shy. Ronaldo Drayton on the coverage and on the tackle.
Drayton is going to fall down as Lester comes to the near side on a little bit of a roll and hits Pacheco right in the numbers. The tackle is made, and we will see now that Mark gives Ansonia a first down. That is their 5th first down of the football game. Lester is 4 for 5 in the throwing department.
Ansonia moving the football. They want to run and they want to throw it. Robbie Clark on a little bit of scissors action. He is knifed under by Tommy Thompson, the linebacker, after a pickup of 2 on the play.
Good attempted misdirection. Watch Robbie Clark come back and follow his guard, number 55 or 50 soldier in there, but number 80 for New London, that's Tommy Thompson, the senior, stood his ground, held his ground, and dragged Clark to the ground. Picked up about a yard on that as you look at this very large crowd here at Southern Connecticut for this last CIAC playoff game.
Trips out to the left side for Ansonia, 2nd and long from the 22 of New London. Lester with time to throw, airs it out in the end zone. It is incomplete, off the hands of the receiver. That was Mark Gessner on the attempt at the diving catch for a score.
Gessner is open. Lester put the ball right in his numbers. Watch Lester hit Gessner. He comes from his position, then goes down the sidelines. Lester throws a beautiful, beautiful pass right in his arms. Ball just pops out before he hit the ground. Mark Gessner, the junior, unable to come up with it. Great throw from Rich Lester that time.
You've got to think that Ansonia knows that there are a few pass plays and a few pass routes open there. 2nd down for Ansonia from the New London 22. Deep into the first quarter, New London leads at 6-0. Fake scissors action. Lester throwing the football. And a reception for the first down at about the 10-yard line. Check that. Jamar Kelly out of the backfield for the reception.
Kelly makes a great catch. Again, Lester holds his ground and then just sets and throws the ball. Throws that strike right on the line. Great catch down there for the first down at about the 8-yard line.
Cassie Fletcher along with Young on the stop for New London. Ansonia has a 1st and goal at the 9.
One of the questions of this football game, the ability of Rich Lester to throw the ball, has been answered very early here in this first quarter.
Lester hands it off. That is Tinney trying to get it outside, and Tinney taken down there. A fine individual tackle by New London after a pickup of 2 on the play.
Tinney had an opportunity to possibly go straight ahead for a couple yards. He's going to try and dart to the outside right here instead of going straight ahead, and there he loses the ability of momentum and is going to get dragged to the ground. Only a 2-yard gain. They're down inside the 7-yard line as it's a 1st and goal or 2nd and goal for the Chargers.
Don't be surprised if they throw. They have trips out to the left side. Lester looking over the middle. It is a touchdown to Robbie Clark in the center of the end zone. Robbie Clark. And Lester has rallied Ansonia and brought them the length of the field. Cassie Fletcher was on the coverage.
Clark is at the top of your picture from the trips pattern. He will just come and circle up at the hash mark. He will come back to the football, does a great job, catches it in the end zone for the touchdown. Rich Lester was 6 for 8 in the passing department on that drive as he really threw the football. A little bit of running by Tinney, but Lester led them down the field on that drive.
Lucian Perillo on the extra point attempt, and it is wide of the mark. It looked to be good, wide of the mark, and the teams are tied here, buddy. It's 6-all. We have 1:21 remaining in the first quarter. This Class S title game from Jestow Field on the campus of Southern Connecticut State University.
An excellent drive engineered by Rich Lester as they took the ball at their own 20-yard line after the New London Whalers were stopped on a 4th, had to punt the ball from the 40. Drove the ball 80 yards. Lester pretty much on his own in throwing that football as they took the Chargers down the field. Extra point missed, and we're knotted up here early or late in this first quarter at 6-6. And it's the type of football game, Edward, that we hope for, and I think we're going to have throughout the 3 final or remaining quarters. It's going to be close, and both football teams can move the ball on offense. There's no question about it.
Buddy, both of us covered the championship games that Ansonia had, 87, 88 against New London, and they both went right down to the final minute. And we suspect that this game will be just the same.
The Chargers have gotten out of that free-for-all kickoff formation. They are lined up now 5 across, and they are not going to break from the huddle and come down. They obviously felt that kickoff was a part of that alignment as they were not in their lanes, and it allowed Cassie Fletcher to have an opening and to break the 80-yard kickoff return to put the New London Whalers ahead on that opening kickoff. So they're back into that normal alignment.
Karlak kicking it off. This time he tries one of the up men.
I think he just didn't want to kick it to the deep man.
And Young is still on his feet. Young does not want to go down. Young carried about 5 or 6 Ansonia Chargers, and he has brought the football close to midfield.
Again, a lot of Ansonia Chargers were looking around waiting for the other guy to make the tackle. Everybody thought that Young was going to go down when he was hit initially. He does not. Good job on the return. Watch number 89. He's going to get hit a number of times. He just does not go to the turf. Here's an attempt to bring him down. Everybody thinks and stops that he's down. He breaks that. Again, breaks a couple more tackles. Finally, press drags him to the ground, and they're inside at the 46-yard line.
But I think he went through the entire Ansonia defense on special teams. Ambrose Fletcher outside on the first down carry, and Fletcher has had some good running room thus far in this football game, and Fletcher rambles for about 7-8 on the first down carry.
Going to be a good job here by number 63 blocking on the end as he takes Pettit for a little bit of a ride there, and then allows the crossbuck to come back up inside. Pettit comes off the block, but the New London Whalers pick up 8 yards on that as they're across midfield down at the Ansonia 46.5.
Gessner on the tackle for Ansonia, so some good yardage on the first down carry by Ambrose Fletcher. Second and short, the football at the Ansonia 47. Cassie Fletcher in motion, and they give it to brother Ambrose. Ambrose is stopped for a loss on the play. I believe Soldra, no, that's Press who first gets to Ambrose Fletcher.
Ansonia corners are coming up very quickly on this sweep, and you're going to see New London trying to take advantage of it as Press gets out there to make the tackle. But you're going to see them throw the football as The first quarter has come to an end here with the football game all even.
We have played one quarter, and our score is New London 6, Ansonia 6. Welcome back, everyone. We're moments away, and we're ready now for the second quarter of play. It's Ansonia 6, New London 6, and there has not been an absence of offense in this game. Both teams moving the football pretty much at will at this point. McCullough back to throw. It is incomplete, intended for Guy Dixon. Some inside pressure from linebacker Clark.
That's the first pass of the evening for the New London Whalers. McCullough will come back, try and hit the turnout. Very quick throw. He really throws the ball out of the reach of the intended receiver. Could not get to it. That was Guy Dixon, and it brings up a fourth down, and we would think a punting situation at the Ansonia 46, but we'll wait and see here as the Chargers have done a good job after giving up a touchdown in the opening kickoff of containing the New London offense.
Back to punt is Isaac Lazaro. Back deep for Ansonia, Jason Tinney and Clark standing at about their 10-yard line. The punt is off. It's a high one. Clark decides to field it. No fair catch is called for. Clark trying to spin out of a few tackles and finally taken down at his 27-yard line. Tackle made by Jose Martinez.
Let's get a good look at Robbie Clark. Feels the football and then tries to dance a little bit to get some room to run. Couple good moves inside, breaks a tackle here, and then will finally be dragged down by Martinez right around the 23, 22-yard line of the Chargers as you look at Coach Hunt talking with Bobby Lisi as they try and get that offense ready.
First down for Ansonia. High back formation. They give to the up back, that is Jamar Kelly, trying to keep the New London defense honest as the senior captain takes that handoff from Rich Lester and some good yardage on first down, pick up a 4.
Again, as Eddie said, they're trying to give the ball to the fullback. Nader is on the trap block trying to free Jamar Kelly. New London does a pretty good job closing it down. They still pick up 2 yards on that.
Assistant coach Earl Stanley yelling encouragement to the Ansonia players out there. Second down, the pitch, that's to Tinney. Tinney trying to sweep wide and trying to cut the corner, but New London has done a good job of containing. First of all, it was Young who made the initial penetration. Tommy Thompson on the tackle for New London.
Watch Young force Tinney to go wide, and that allows Thompson to get a better angle, and he will run him out of bounds as he crosses the 30. They pick up about 3, but it's a third down and 4 for the Ansonia Chargers as the Whalers, that team pursuit and team speed, a big part of their defense, and they are showing you why they are a solid football team.
They're a solid football team, no doubt about it. They are 11-0 and the champions of 2 divisions in the Eastern Conference. Incomplete pass by Rich Lester out to Robbie Clark on third down. It will be a kicking situation for Ansonia. Guy Dixon defending for New London.
Lester tries to throw the ball to Clark, just again on a turnout for the first down yardage. Ball is going to sail over the head of Robbie Clark. He could not get up to pull it down. Brings up the punting situation now for Ansonia. And Eddie, as they look out, the breeze has increased. It is stiffened a little bit, but it is still blowing across the field. Should not make a difference on the kicking game.
Quarterback Rich Lester is the punter. Lester standing at his 24. He gets it off, a fine punt. Bounces at the 35-yard line, taken there by Dixon. And check that, that is Ronaldo Drayton taking the football and getting it close to midfield. Seth Natter on the tackle for Ansonia.
You really don't want to allow the ball to bounce on AstroTurf. Luckily, they get the first bounce, the true bounce. Dixon does a good job as he gets close to midfield before Nader knocks him out of bounds. Again, speed evident in that both New London and Ansonia backfields as Dixon picked up a quick 20 yards as he gets the ball right at the 49-yard line.
So New London operating with excellent field position. Football at the 49-yard line. Ambrose Fletcher to center of the line. First to get to him is the defensive tackle Greg Soldra. Plugged up the hole. The junior tackle, 6'4", 210 pounds.
Soldier is just going to come right across his tackle's face, and he's going to get a piece of the tailback. You see him take the legs right out of the running back, Fletcher, before he's able to get going. He'll pick up a yard, but that's only because he fell forward on the tackle. Good job by Soldier in coming down that line of scrimmage.
Power I formation for New London. 2nd and 9 from midfield. McCullough wants to put it up. Has a receiver out there. It is complete for the first down to McKelvin over the middle and inside the 40. Gessner on the stop for Ansonia.
Just a slant pass. McKelvin at the top of the picture will just slant across the middle. Good job from McCullough to McKelvin as he drags the ball in his tackle as he catches it from Gessner, but it's down across the 40 to about the 39-yard line as you look at the Charger cheerleaders. Thank God for them, and for the rest of us, it's not very cold tonight, and they're able to just enjoy this football game.
First down at the Ansonia 38-yard line. Ambrose Fletcher trying to spin his way out of a couple of tackles. He tries to center the Ansonia line. Not to too much success as Ansonia plugs the hole. Robbie Clark on the initial hit for Ansonia, and also getting up is Bob Powers.
Watch presses. He misses the tackle there, and that's because this kid Fletcher's got some elusive running style. He is dragged down as he tries to come back up inside, but he's forcing people to miss him. His press was there. He sidestepped the tackle, picked up an extra 2 yards, brings up about a 3rd and 5 now a 3rd and 2nd and 9 for this football team.
McCullough play action as a receiver. That's McKelvin at the 25, the 20, and knifed under, but inside the Ansonia 10-yard line. LeSue along with Benjamin on the double coverage and on the tackle, but that's McCullough connecting with his favorite target, Troy McKelvin.
McKelvin will just run a quick out, the bootleg away to hold the linebackers, and then he just throws it right into the hands of his #1 receiver, McKelvin. McKelvin will take the ball down inside the 10-yard line. On first down for New London, it will be 1st and goal. Great job that time by McCullough as he rolled to the near side, hit McKelvin in stride, and he brings it down inside the 10 to about the 6-yard line.
1st and goal for New London. Get a good look at the line of scrimmage. Power I formation. Ambrose Fletcher inside the 5-yard line, knocked out of bounds on the near sidelines on the 1st and goal play.
You see Fletcher getting up there as he is very elusive, picks up good yardage down close to that goal line as they just come with an outside blast play. He will read the block at the end and then just try and get back outside. Robbie Clark's got a piece of him. He gets help, but Fletcher able to bring the ball down inside the 5, very close to the 1-yard line.
Call it about the 1.5-yard line. New London marching for a score that will put them up in this football game. Power I formation. They try Ambrose Fletcher into the end zone for the New London score. And a look now at the New London sidelines here at Jestow Field. The Whalers answering back with a touchdown of their own.
Fletcher just going to come over that left side. He'll follow the blocking of Young and McKelvin into the end zone for that touchdown, 1.5 yards. New London, with 8 minutes left to go in this 2nd quarter, has retaken the lead on an excellent drive by this New London offense from their own 49-yard line into the end zone.
New London going for 2, and they do convert. Fletcher, Ambrose Fletcher, taking it in for the extra 2 points. And New London leads it 14-6.
Same play that they scored on. They just come back over that left side. You see Pettit get a piece of Fletcher, but not enough to keep him out of the end zone. 2-point conversion is good. And with 4 minutes or 8 minutes left to go in this first half, I'll get it together. First half, it is now the Chargers of Ansonia 6 and the New London Whalers 14.
And let's take this timeout. Welcome back, everyone. New London kicking it off. Young kicking it off and driving. Tinney back. And Tinney on the near sideline, showing that speed and getting into New London territory. Tinney was driven back inside the 5-yard line, and the junior speedster has created some great field position for Ansonia. Cassie Fletcher finally rides him out of bounds. Let's take a look at that on replay.
Tinney will take the ball at his own 5-yard line, and again, there's nothing like speed. He gets a pretty good block there and then just puts it into overdrive as he comes right down the Ansonia sideline, gets over the 50 to about the 43-yard line, and it's a first down for the Chargers at the London 43.
Buddy, the point that you and I were talking about, let's tell our viewers we're talking about in our break, the fact that New London has tremendous team speed. You put them on an artificial surface, and it just suits that team even more. That speed is even more pronounced.
Really
same thing
does.
same thing for a player like Tinney.
Seems to help a quick team, and New London is a very quick football team.
First down, it looks like a draw set up. Check that, a screen pass, I should say, out to Jason Tinney. And Lester had some good pressure from the inside from New London. So the screen pass to Tinney incomplete on first down.
Drayton, number 23, and Thompson, number 80, are going to be in the middle of this. If Lester threw the ball away, he made a great decision because there are too many white jerseys in the middle of that screen. They read it very well. It brings up a second down on the 43-yard line. Good coverage by the Whalers on defense that play.
New London leads it by a score of 14-6. The football is at the Whaler 43-yard line. A whole lot of offensive action as the senior quarterback throws for Ansonia. It is incomplete at the 20-yard line. He was going to Dave Pacheco and Guy Dixon on the coverage for New London.
That was a great play, and I don't mean to be negative here, but Lester does everything that he can. He leads his receiver to the outside. Dixon has great coverage. Look at Dixon come over the top. Lester could not have gotten it any closer without the possibility of an interception. That was just great coverage, good throw, and you go back and try again. Ansonia now with a 3rd and 10 after that great run by Tinney. We'll see if they can take advantage of it, as now they need a big play to get that first down.
3rd and 10. Otherwise, it looks like Ansonia will be punting the football. So the senior quarterback back to throw. Backside pressure over the middle. It's going to be well overthrown as Lester was dumped unceremoniously at his 48 by Jerian Clark.
Too many white jerseys are coming free on the passing game. As Lester steps back again, number 4 is right in your picture, McKelvin, and he drills the quarterback. The quarterback really just threw it away, and that was a good job of getting rid of it. But again, as we've seen all night, New London has had someone into that backfield pressuring Lester almost on every pass, and that's something that they're going to have to adjust at halftime and give Lester a little bit of time to throw, because he is hitting his receivers when he has the time.
They're coming, and Lester gets the punt off. And it is down, but is it controlled? Or is it a touchback?
We better get a ruling
It's
because they took the ball into the end zone. Now, I am not sure whether all you have to do is touch it in Federation. I'm willing to bet at dinner that you got to control it, but this one is going to come.
They're going to mark it
at the
1-yard
line. Watch as they cover the football. It's going to be covered in the end zone. There's going to be no question that Robbie Clark comes on the ball along with whoever that young man is. Will get his number, but they are definitely across the goal line. They did touch it on the 1, and boy, I'll tell you, New London's going to start on the 1. It's 99 yards away from a touchdown, but it certainly puts your offense in trouble as you are backed up as close to your end zone as possible.
From the 1, the I-back formation. Fletcher for a pair off the right side. Ambrose Fletcher, that is. 52 we have from the truck covered the ball for Ansonia, and that happens to be Jamie Leahy, sophomore linebacker, and on the special teams also for Ansonia.
They come on the blast, kicking out at Pettit at the defensive end, and then Fletcher tries to come back up inside. Good job that time by Ansonia. They gave up 2, but it brings up a 2nd and long, and they're back to that power I.
Power I, they're going to pitch it to Fletcher, and Fletcher, good running room, still on his feet for the first down out to the 22-yard line, and buddy, he almost broke it for a 97-yard score. That's how close he was. Gessner finally takes him down.
One arm away as Gessner will finally grab his feet, but starting way back in his end zone, about 4 yards deep. Fletcher comes to the outside. Great blocking on the corner by the New London Whalers as they get across the 15, out past the 20-yard line, guessing around the tackle. And that's a big play as it gives them some distance from that end zone as you look right down the line of scrimmage. 1st and 10 for the Whalers.
Whalers at their 22. Again, the workhorse, that is Fletcher.
He's still not down.
He's moving this way, that way, and a lot of east and west running as the Chargers finally drag him down, but Fletcher gains on the play about 5 yards on the first down carry, and he's going off to the sidelines. I don't think Ansonia is too sorry to see that.
He's an equal opportunity runner. He gives everybody on that Ansonia team a chance to hit him. As he's hit there, watch, he will drag loose. He'll get a couple more guys involved, and finally, by the time he's dragged down, everybody's had a shot. Great run by Fletcher for 5 yards.
Second down, and they pitch it to brother Kazi, who's in now at tailback, and Kazi is spilled at the line of scrimmage on the far side of the field as Ansonia strings the play out well defensively.
With the two tailbacks, the Fletcher brothers, they are giving Ansonia a treat because they are coming out with each one of those young men carrying the football, and they're testing that defense. And at the 3rd and 4th quarter, you're going to see some tired Ansonia Chargers with these two guys carrying the ball. If they can continue to come to the outside, it's going to wear down that Ansonia defense.
3rd down for New London, the football at their 27-yard line. Into the 2nd quarter play, and the Whalers lead it 14-6. McCullough wants to put it up. It is incomplete, almost picked off there. I believe that's Tony Benjamin who almost picked off the pass. Yes, it is, and McKelvin was the intended receiver.
Watch Benjamin as he will just step right in front of the intended receiver, McKelvin. The ball is thrown out by McCullough, and then Benjamin right up. McKelvin does a good job in breaking up the play, going from offense to defense. It'll bring up a punting situation. Good coverage by Tony Benjamin on the corner for the Chargers.
Lazaro is the punter for New London, so New London has a 4th down situation, 4th and 4, the football at their 27, and they'll punt the football away.
Chargers should have pretty good field position after the exchange.
Lazaro had a little bit of problem with the snap, then gets it out. And Clark is going to watch the ball bounce deep into Ansonia territory down to the 21-yard line.
And I just said a moment ago, you don't want to let the ball hit on AstroTurf. Robbie Clark let the ball bounce at about the 40, and it rolls down right at about the 16-yard line. As we said, they would have good field position. No, they are backed up at their own 15. This ball will go from about the 17 all the way back down the field of 15. Watch where it hits. It'll hit right at about the 35, 36-yard line, and then it is off to the races for the football. Finally down at about the 16 as the Chargers come out with about 4:24 left to go here in this first half.
And with that passing offense for Ansonia, Ansonia can cover that distance within that time.
Not a place, though, where you want to put that passing game or start that passing game on your own 15-yard line, down 14-6. You definitely don't want to turn the ball over, as we have one of the New London players who is back up at the 45-yard line being administered to by head coach and the training staff, and he is getting up, and that is good to see. Probably lost the wind as they are taking him up very slowly. And that's number 35,
Joe DeBose,
who has played a very good football game for the New London Whalers, and he is being led to the sidelines under his own power, and he will definitely be back into this one. This is not a game where you take the day off. There is no next week for either one of these football teams.
New London leads it 14-6 over Ansonia. Ansonia operating with some poor field position after Buddy and I both felt that the Chargers would have some pretty good field position.
They're going to pick up a quick 5 on that one as New London, the nose guard, went off. Looked like White was violating the neutral zone, and it should be 5 yards for the Chargers. Watch right behind number 4 there. You see the head coming across, and that is number 65, the junior middle guard.
Antares White.
Glad you got Antares. I had the White right, no problem.
1st and 5 for Ansonia outside the 20-yard line. Inside handoff. And a first down for the Chargers. Jamar Kelly out of the fullback spot, running well on 1st and 5.
I think New London is on a slant here because Kelly just comes right up inside. There's nobody in the middle. He breaks the tackle of the linebacker and then fights forward for big yardage. A first down for the Chargers, and they very quickly have gotten some pretty good field position as they are out over the 30 and in a position now where they can throw that football.
First down for Ansonia. The pitch and a double handoff. It's coming to Clark. Clark spinning out of a couple of tackles, still on his feet outside the 40-yard line. Finally taken down by Jerry and Clark. Robbie Clark.
That's a great run from number 27, the senior Robbie Clark, as he will just leave Ronaldo Drayton in his wake here as he gets the handoff. Watch him just outrun the tackle of number 23, Drayton, and then get down the field for an extra 7 yards as he's up over the 40-yard line for the Chargers. Very close to that first down yardage on this second down.
You call this a free down for Ansonia on 2nd and short as Lester airs it out, throws it downfield, up for grabs, incomplete. It was Gessner battling Fletcher, Ambrose Fletcher, along with Guy Dixon for the football.
Good coverage, but for Ansonia, Fletcher is going to slip just as the ball gets to the receiver. Watch the number 22 slip down and almost allows the completion. He gets his hand back up in time to knock the ball out of the hands of Mark Gessner, but almost a completion as Ambrose Fletcher slipped as the ball was arriving.
I said the free down because Ansonia, with just under 3 minutes to play, can make the first down on this play. They option it. Lester running the football. And Lester picks up the first down, crossing midfield to the New London 47 before he's taken down by Dixon. Lester.
Great call from upstairs as you look at the large group of Charger supporters on this near sideline. The option caught the defense, and Lester is able to turn back up inside for big yardage. We have not seen Lester run the option very much this year. New London probably not prepared for it, and a big play on the run by Rich Lester as they get that first down, and they are at the 48-yard line. And again, one of the New London players down on the sideline, or down in the middle of the field, Coach Bonacore there, and that looks like number 2, Guy Dixon, the senior free safety for the New London Whalers.
When we resume play, it'll be a first down for Ansonia at the New London 48-yard line. So Rich Lester.
I don't think it's the Charger, is it? That's not the Charger. The Owl must be at halftime of the basketball game, and he is out here with the Charger crowd on the Charger sidelines.
Well, that Owl had the right colors for this side of the field, the Ansonia blue and white. First down, the senior quarterback throws it out. It is off the fingertips of Clark. Clark was open, and hitting him there and leaving his calling card was Cassie Fletcher. It'll be a 2nd and 10 for Ansonia from the 48 of New London.
That would have been a great catch, but it is a catchable football as Lester throws the ball out off the fingertips of Robbie Clark. Good coverage right there. Number 45 right on it, and that's Cassie Fletcher, the man who went the 80 yards with the opening kickoff. Second down now for the Chargers, right across the midfield stripe at about the 48-yard line. There's 2:26 left to go here in this first half.
In motion is Pacheco on second down.
Double pass.
Short drop. That is Clark on the reception. Clark putting on some moves and getting the football inside the 45 to about the 43-yard line. Taken down there by big Carlos Gutierrez, number 76.
Screen play, just throw the ball out to Clark, and the rest of that offensive front tries to get out in front of him. You see number 62 and company, Fry, trying to get a block for him. Picks up about 4 yards. It'll bring up a 3rd and 6 for the Chargers as they cross that 45 to about the 43.5-yard line.
Officials are signaling for their timeout, buddy, and we'll have a third down coming up when we resume play here. Might be something with the equipment for New London.
Equipment problem for the New London Whalers as one of the officials is in the center of that defensive huddle. Get a quick look at the cheerleaders, and back to Rich Lester now as he's over the football and they're ready to go on 3rd and about 6.
Third down, I-back formation for Ansonia. Lester to air it out with protection. A flag is going to be dropped, and that's going to go, I believe, against New London on the pass interference, defensive pass interference, and that'll be 15 yards and an automatic first down. Clark was the intended receiver. Their feet got tangled up.
Looks like Clark is going to stop. Fletcher is looking back for the ball. He will not see Clark slow down, although I think Clark really fell and then Fletcher came on top of him. But it's going to be a big play for the Chargers. They're going to get a 15-yard mark off and a first down on that one, as Ambrose Fletcher is going to be called for interference on Robbie Clark on that pass play. As you see Eddie Ardito signal, walk off the 15. It'll be a first down now at about the 29-yard line of the New London Whalers, as Ansonia has started from their own 15. Started with 4:23 left to go here in this first half and have moved the ball now to the 28 and a half of the New London Whalers.
And I don't know if you mentioned,
why do they move the ball to this hash? That is a question I will have to ask, because that was the far side of the field. Why is the ball come all the way over to this hash?
First down for Ansonia inside the 20. Lester with time throws it, drills it out there off the hands of Clark. Dixon on the coverage for New London. Clark was open.
Again, his fingertips unable to drag the ball in as Lester is throwing the line drive. He puts it on a clothesline. Excellent throw right there. Robbie Clark should have brought that one in. Ball goes off his fingertips for the incompletion. Rich Lester has been on the money in this first half throwing the football.
If I said inside the 20-yard line, let me correct myself. The line of scrimmage is the 29-yard line. It's rolling. The football you see there as the wind is obviously picking up. It just rolled from its set position. So it's 2nd and 10 for Ansonia at the 29-yard line of New London. We have a good one. This Class S title game on Telemedia Sports. 1:38 remaining. Jason Tinney goes in motion on 2nd down. Lester rolling, scanning the field, has an open receiver all alone. It's Tinney at the 10. He dives, touchdown Ansonia. What a play. What a play of pure athletic ability. Jason Tinney was all alone, and that dive into the end zone is worth the price of the admission.
Tinney comes out of the backfield, and watch him after he catches the ball. You don't have to say a word. It's just pure speed.
Watch this.
You gotta love it. You gotta love it, and that's what's great about high school football. Determination, and he is gonna get a 10-0 on that dive. Wow. Here it is again as he just goes airborne at about the 2. He just says, I am gonna score, up and over.
And I don't know if we had a chance to look at it, but just as Tinney has just scored that touchdown, that board is lighting up there. The scoreboard is lighting up like it's Las Vegas. Those numbers are flashing. They're having a few problems with the scoreboard here at Jestow Field.
Looks like Pac-Man up there on the scoreboard, and boy, I'll tell you, that is just beautiful to watch. He's got a 10. The truck voted a 10 on that dive, and that's one of the best that I have ever seen. And if you get a chance to be next to Jason Tinney, you know that young man is about 5'5.5" to 6", 147 pounds, and he just went airborne over everyone for the touchdown. Big play right now is the extra point, as the Chargers need 2 to tie it up here, as they took the ball from their own 15-yard line, drove it down the field, and are into the end zone with 1:28 left to go here in this first half.
So Jason Tinney on the reception from Rich Lester, and Ansonia has scored, and obviously going for the 2 points. They'd like to tie it up here at halftime. New London leads it 14-12. And now everyone should know why this game has gotten so much media coverage. Of all the 6 high school title games being played this weekend through the state of Connecticut, buddy, you've got to think the most media hype right here at Jestow Field, this game, this Class S game. Lester under a rush, and he is brought down before he has a chance to get the football off. So the Chargers unable to throw on that extra point attempt, and New London retains a 2-point lead. Let's take a look.
There are 4 guys who are all over Lester. They come with a blitz inside.
Juan
and
Wilbur.
There is no way. You got Wilbur, you got number 4 there,
McKelvin.
You got McKelvin, and you got 80. You got everybody, 89 young. So it's just a great, great play for the New London Whalers as they stop that conversion, and they will go in at halftime ahead 14-12, unless there is a major change here with only 1:28 left to go here in this first half of football. Great drive for the Chargers, unable to get the 2 points, and they will be down 14-12 here to this very, very offensive-minded New London Whaler football team.
Keith Carlack will be kicking off for Ansonia. And we have seen some talent on the artificial surface here at Jestow Field. Tremendous athletic ability from the young men from both of these schools.
You can't coach speed. Take speed, and boy, I'll tell you, it's very difficult to beat a young man who can run with that kind of speed and aggressiveness.
And over end, that's Drayton with the football. And Drayton to his 37-yard line. And let's see what Coach Jim Bunicor does with the remaining 1 minute and 20 seconds in this first half.
Dixon will take the ball on about the 32, tries to get up into the middle wedge, or at the 22, or excuse me, Ronaldo Drayton takes the football, brings it back close to the 36.5-yard line, and the London Whalers will start there. 1:11 and the clock running now in this first half.
Now, if you're a New London, buddy, do you throw the football?
They 2 for 3. They have thrown the ball in the spots that they wanted to, but I think they're going to put it up, and they will.
And under a rush is McCullough, gets away from the rush, and an incompleted pass as it's almost intercepted. That was Tinney diving for the football. Then the football came off the hands of McKelvin.
McKelvin, if he caught the football, was going to run a good distance because Jason Tinney goes for the interception. He almost had the sack here. That's Soldra. And then McCullough steps out of it. As McKelvin is going to catch the football, Tinney goes through it to knock it down. It almost stayed up long enough for McKelvin to get it back, but it is the incompletion. It'll bring up a second now on the 36-yard line as the Whalers are again back out over the football. 53 seconds left to go in this first half.
2nd and 10. McCullough wants to put it up. Fly pattern has a receiver out there. It is caught. That is 45, Cassie Fletcher on the reception. And you talk about offense, and New London is knocking on the door again. Benjamin finally drags him down. A big play by the Whalers.
Cassie Fletcher just flies by the outside coverage of Benjamin, and then a great throw from McCullough. Luckily for Ansonia, Cassie just can't keep his feet. He's down at about the 13-yard line. There's 44 seconds, and I know New London has a couple timeouts. They are going to take one right here. Didn't have to as the ball was out of bounds, but a great throw from quarterback John McCullough to his wide receiver Cassie Fletcher, and watch Cassie number 45 just fly by the outside coverage of Tony Benjamin, and then will lose his footing here as Benjamin now will be able to come back and finally get him at about the 13-yard line. You had Tinney coming from his safety position, but New London right here with a very, very big catch and throw. As we said, New London is not going to sit on the football as long as there's time on the clock, just as the Chargers would not. Ansonia now cannot afford to give up a touchdown here to this Whaler football team. This football team, both football teams can move the football, but New London has had great, great success in the ability of their running attack and throwing attack against the Chargers.
Might be a tremendous momentum shift if New London were to get in right here.
Or if Ansonia can stop them.
Football is at the 13-yard line. We've got 44 seconds remaining in the first half. Power I formation. They pitch to Ambrose Fletcher, trying to go wide. The Ansonia defense rides him out after a pickup of 4 on the play, but significantly Fletcher gets out of bounds, stopping the clock.
They're going to be able to use all 4 of their plays as the pitch comes outside wide. You see the 2 lead backs, McKelvin and Young, trying to get Fletcher to the outside. Good job by Kelly and company as they drive him out of bounds at about the 10-yard line. It is 2nd down at the 10. They've got to go to about the 3 for a first down here.
Power I formation for New London. McCullough wants to put it up. Great protection into the end zone. It is an incompleted pass. I believe McKelvin had his hands on the football.
Robbie Clark is going to knock the ball out of the hands of McKelvin. This is a great throw from McCullough as he leads McKelvin to the outside. Watch Clark come in after the catch and strip the football right here as he catches it. Number 27 comes and strips it, close to being a catch and fumble. goes as an incompletion. New London is in that power I, and they're running an unbalanced also, and it is giving Ansonia a lot to do on defense as they come back out. This time they are in a spread as it's 3rd and about 7 for the first down. As you look at a lot of Charger fans right on that sideline that are praying for the Chargers to hold.
McCullough throwing the football for a touchdown. McKelvin over the middle. So McCullough to McKelvin, that combination in 1991 for New London for the score.
Looks as if he's going to throw to the short guy because there was a receiver right there you see, and then it goes right over his head into the hands of McKelvin. Robbie Clark on coverage, but McKelvin with the catch for that touchdown. A 10-yard throw from John McCullough to his very, very important receiver, senior, number 4, Troy McKelvin.
And Jack Hunt will go out to his defense now. A timeout on the field, and Ansonia will try to stop the extra points for New London. And New London, quite an explosive team. Here's a situation where Ansonia, with a little bit over 1 minute, has come within 2 points, and then McCullough, mainly on the pass, has taken his team down the field in that touchdown strike, 10 yards to his favorite target, Troy McKelvin.
This is a big conversion right here because the Chargers can keep the game at 8 points and 1 touchdown and the conversion. The conversion here will put the Chargers down by either 8 or 9 or 10. If they choose to go for the 1, they're going to go for the 2, and that surprises me, but they have got to stop this conversion.
That's Fletcher trying to swing it wide to the left side, and he will be brought down on the play. And the conversion attempt for the 2 points is no good. As Buddy mentioned, a big part of the football game.
Surprised they did not go for the 1 point because really that 1 point would have given or forced the Chargers to score twice. Here they just try and get to the outside. They scored their conversion last time on the same play as they just tried to get Fletcher to the outside with Young and McKelvin blocking. Good job by the Chargers. They came up and closed it off. We've got about 25 seconds left to go here. The New London Whalers will kick, but they enjoy a 20-12 lead here as the first half is coming to a close. As you see Coach Hunt trying to get his football team back up, they're going to have to go in at halftime and get organized, especially with that passing game, as McCullough was able to throw the football very well and taking his football team from their own 36-yard line into the end zone in a little under 30 seconds.
On that play, on the conversion play for Ansonia, was Jamar Kelly on the initial hit for Ansonia. The Chargers are going to have to regroup at halftime because they have met an offensive machine here in New London, a team that has done fantastically on artificial surface, a team with great team speed, playing on the artificial surface here at Southern Connecticut, and obviously benefiting with this great speed becoming even more pronounced.
The number of running backs that the Whalers are able to throw at the Chargers are going to wear that defense down, especially the 2 Fletcher brothers who have been very successful here in this first half in carrying the football.
Young will kick it off for New London, end over end, and he drills it into the end zone.
That's why it surprises me. This guy can kick the football pretty well. The ability to go for that 1 really is a lot easier if you've got a kicker than trying to get that 2-point conversion. You see Eddie Ardito, who will spot the ball at the 20-yard line. Ansonia will have 25.6 seconds to get that football down the field. And you asked me before if New London would put it up. I don't think the Chargers will risk a turnover here, as they are just, I think, happy to get into that locker room and to just try and regroup a little bit. They have not played a bad football game. Unfortunately, they're playing a football team that has played an excellent first half of football.
First down for Ansonia at the 20-yard line, a straight handoff. Tinney gets outside and out of bounds, and we've got a couple of more plays left. Fletcher, Ambrose Fletcher on the tackle for New London. Buddy, you mentioned Eddie Ardito, and the fact is that the different officials boards are working these state high school games throughout the state in the playoffs, and this is the New Haven board working this Class S title game.
Tinney is very elusive as he just cracks over the tackle and then gets outside, out of bounds, picks up the first down. Not a lot of time to run the ball down the field, but Tinney at any time could go the distance, and they'd like to get him the ball any possible time as he comes out again.
Tinney again putting on the moves, trying to get into the open. What a runner. Jason Tinney runs it out of bounds at the 49-yard line of New London. He is putting on a show for the fans. Dixon rides him out. I don't know if you noticed with the scoreboard too, buddy. They're not giving us the time in straight seconds. They're giving it to us in fractions too. 7.5 seconds remaining in the first half.
Watch Tinney as he is at his best when he is just trying to get an opening as he weaves back and forth and then finally goes to the far sideline, run out of bounds by Guy Dixon. But again, picks up another first down. This time he is across midfield. There is now 7.5, as Eddie said, and the possibility now of just taking and throwing that famous Hail Mary pass into the end zone, as they are at least within the distance of Rich Lester being able to get it down into the end zone.
Offensive coordinator Jim Delavolpe into the Ansonia huddle there. Jason Tinney a moment ago was getting a well-deserved rest. He has had a great first half here. As you look at the Ansonia crowd here at Gestow Field. Bleachers on the opposite side of the field and the visiting New London side filled also to capacity. A great crowd here this cold December evening.
Not fair to say cold. It's mild for December. Santa would have a tough time getting his sleigh here in this
Cold
evening
for me.
weather here.
Cold for me.
Well, anything under 50 degrees gives you a problem. You got to get out in the field with the rest of us when it's cold.
Trips out to the left side, and this might be the last play as Lester might put it up. He does. He winds up and throws it out over the middle. Incomplete. Or triple coverage by New London, and it was Jason Tinney down there as the intended receiver. Cassie Fletcher, Dixon among the coverage for New London.
Really not an opportunity to catch the footballs. It's well overthrown, and you see right there number 23 and number 45, Fletcher and Drayton, just not allowing the ball to get out of there or behind them, get the receiver behind them, as they are just willing to let the ball go as an incompletion. There is one play left to go, barring a penalty in this first half, as the Chargers come out now right at their own, or the New London 49-yard line, and they've got one play left as they bring everybody. They got 4 wideouts to this right side. 1
tick remaining. Well, they throw the short square out pass to Tinney, and they want to see him with the football. And Tinney, however, is taken down. An ankle tackle there by, I think that's number 67, Jerrion Clark. And that'll conclude matters here in the first half from Gestow Field at Southern Connecticut State University. And our halftime score is New London 20 and Ansonia 12. We'll be back with our halftime activities right after these messages. We're back, everyone, at halftime here at Gestow Field on the campus of Southern Connecticut State University. The Ansonia Pom-Pom girls are out there in the center of the field. The technical difficulties preclude us from presenting their halftime show, and instead we'll give a short recap of the first half developments. And we have had 2 explosive teams, 2 clubs that are quite offensive-minded here at Gestow Field.
Both teams can put points on the board, obvious from the fact that we are 20-12 at halftime. Cassie Fletcher for New London took the opening kickoff, went right up the middle, put New London on the board with a 6-0 lead. With 1:21 left to go in the first quarter, Robbie Clark caught a pass from Rich Lester. It tied the game at 6-6. Ambrose Fletcher took a 1-yard run into the end zone with 8 minutes to go in the first half. And then Fletcher went on the 2-point conversion, putting the New London Whalers ahead 14-6. Jason Tinney on a great run, a highlight run, as he dove into the end zone with 1:28 to go in the first half. And Ansonia missed the conversion, made the score 14-12. And then the New London Whalers, the quarterback, McCullough, hit an excellent pass to the 13-yard line, and then
Cassie Fletcher was on the receiving end of that pass.
And then Troy McKelvin took a 10-yard throw from McCullough for the last touchdown. Unable to convert, New London is up 20-12, and they have played an outstanding first half. Not that the Chargers have not also. They've played a great first half. It's just been more New London than it has been Ansonia.
You know, buddy, one of the themes of the football game and pregame and early on in the football game, I talked about the fact that Both teams needed good defensive efforts, and of course Jack Hunt pointed out that his team needed to play good defense. What do you really do? What do you say to the team in the halftime dressing rooms off of what you've seen in the first half?
I think you've got to do a better job of tackling. Both teams have really not tackled as they have, I think, during the season. A lot has to do with the elusiveness of both Tinney and the Fletcher brothers on offense, but you've got to tackle better, and the pass defense really has got to get a little better on both sides. Rich Lester has had a great first half along with McCullough. McCullough has been able to throw the ball in more of a spot type situation, but both guys have been able to hit their receivers, especially McCullough hitting McKelvin. McKelvin has been a big part of that passing game. Your pass defense has got to tighten up a little bit if you want to keep these guys off the board. They both can move the football.
And Buddy, if New London wins this football game, we might point back to that sequence where Ansonia drew within 2, and then New London, with just a little bit over 1 minute to go in the first half, marches down the field, gets that touchdown to go 8 points up.
Yeah, and credit the Ansonia defense in not giving that other point, the conversion point, to keep the game only at 8 points, and that may be a key also to this football game as we come out in the third and fourth quarter. Ansonia is really only down 1 score and the conversion to tie this game up.
So our halftime score is Ansonia, check that, New London 20, in Ansonia 12, and we'll be back with the second half kickoff right after these messages. We're back, everyone. We're set for second half action here at Just Dow, and if the second half is anything like the first half, you're in for an awful lot of entertainment. This is a Class S title game. Southern Connecticut State University, Just Dow Field. New London leads it by a score of 20-12. At the conclusion of the game, we'll be making our presentation of our Thomas Dodge Player of the Game. On a beautiful evening for high school football playoff action in December. This beautiful facility, Just Dow Field, campus of Southern Connecticut State University. Ansonia will get the football to begin the second half. They deferred their option in the first half. They're going to need a drive early on. They're going to need something. They're going to need something big defensively if they want to get back into this football game. Our spotter from the New London Whalers, Oscar Santiago, has rejoined us. Oscar is a freshman on that varsity team, injured, and that's why he is not on the sidelines. Commenting at halftime, Buddy, with a lot of reporters here covering this game for a multitude of papers in Connecticut, all commenting on the team speed of New London. That seems to be the prevailing theme.
It really does, and I don't want to get off the subject here, but if they can get a picture, there's Ray DeFrancisco, the site director and the athletic director here at Southern Connecticut, and there seems to be a problem again, and both our Ansonias come to the sidelines. Some problem that is going to prevent us from starting this game at this particular point. What it is, we do not know. As Coach D is going over to that New London sidelines, there you see he has been signaling ever since he came on the field some problem with, we would think, communications or maybe something to do with the field. But again, you're right, Edward. We said speed was going to be maybe a difference in this game. The New London Whalers certainly have an abundance of team speed at key positions, and I think it has been evident in their not only running but passing attack, but especially on defense, their ability to get to the football, and the linebackers and interior front along with that secondary are able to move very quickly. As we are about ready to get started here, the New London Whalers, Young looks like he's teeing the football up ready to go, and there Jason Tinney, who had a great first half of football for the Chargers, is ready to receive the kickoff.
Once again, the scoreboard clock is down, the scoreboard itself down. We had problems all evening long. A few years back, Buddy, when we were here in the Ansonia playoff game against Weston High School, that clock that particular day did not operate, but the weather had something to do with it because we played under snowy conditions. Here, that is not a factor. It's a rather mild evening for December. That's Tinney. And Tinney is taken down outside the 20-yard line by Isaiah Holloway, and the Chargers will put the football in play, their first possession of the second half.
Tinney will try and get up the far sideline. Holloway will just corral him right at about the 20. You see 22-yard line, number 63, Holloway just dragging Tinney to the ground. The Chargers will begin right at around the 22, 23-yard line.
Interesting.
This second half, excuse me, Edward.
Yeah, Buddy, interesting on the fact that Robbie Clark was not back deep with Tinney. I believe he's in now as a split receiver, split end on first down. We saw him hobbling as the second half warm-ups were taking place out in the field. Lester's pass is deflected at the line of scrimmage. It goes incomplete on first down.
Lester will just try and come out and throw the little bit of a boot. Ball is going to get knocked down right there. McKelvin, number 4, up, getting high and knocking that ball down as they try to go to a turnout route to this near side to Mark Gessner. Incomplete, brings up a second down for the Charger offense.
On that scoreboard, as I look again, we're not going to get too much benefit from that in the second half. That is down. It's first down, it's second down for Ansonia at the 21 to start the third quarter. Pass out of the hands of Clark. Clark was open. Lester got him the football. Incomplete. Dixon on the coverage for New London.
Robbie Clark has not helped his quarterback. He has had some catchable footballs. Again, Rich Lester will throw the line drive right through the hands of Robbie Clark. It was a tough catch, but certainly a very catchable football. It'll bring up a big third down for the Chargers, as that Charger group on that near side has not had a great deal to yell about in the last few minutes here at Southern Connecticut. The offense has to do something to get this crowd back in the game.
Trips out to the right side. Lester fires it over the middle. Out of the hands again of Clark, and the pass was there. The pass was dropped. Holloway on the coverage for New London. I don't know if it's a case of Lester throwing the ball too hard. We've discussed that in the past.
Well, he does hit him right in a bad spot there, right in the hands. Ball, luckily, is not intercepted for the Chargers, but again, it'll bring up a fourth down, and Coach Hunt just shakes his head. Robbie Clark certainly is a go-to guy, and they've been going to him all year. He has not been able to come up with the football today on some of those passes from Rich Lester.
Lester gets the punt off. It's a beauty. It drives Dixon back. It bounces, but Dixon fields it at the 26 and slips and falls outside the 30-yard line.
They're going to dodge a bullet if they don't catch a flag on that one. Dixon was down, and then one of the Ansonia people sent him a greeting as he will slip to the ground, tries to come back up the field. He is definitely down right here, and then looks like Kelly, but I'm not sure, but there's a greeting card sent. Luckily, a yellow flag did not follow, and it will bring up a first down for the New London Whalers right at about the 32-yard line as they go with their first possession of this second half. Again, you get a good look at those Ansonia cheerleaders.
First down for New London. They lead it by 8. I-back formation. Ambrose Fletcher slowed up at the line of scrimmage. One of the few times the Ansonia defense got to him.
And you need something to get a pep rally going here for that Charger sideline. Maybe the defense can do it. As Fletcher just tries to go to the outside, he is just wrapped up and dragged down for a loss. Looked like the defensive end, Fry, was in the middle of that along with Soldier, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 11 as New London in their first possession tries to go outside with the go-to guy, Fletcher. Good job by the defense.
McKelvin out to the left side, 2nd and 11 for New London. Play action. McCullough looking for McKelvin. He's open at the 45, at the 30-yard line. Tries to cut it back over the middle, and he might go for the score. McKelvin at the 10 and into the end zone for a New London score. Chalk it up for New London. McCullough to McKelvin, and some fancy piece of running by McKelvin getting into the end zone.
This is a beautiful play. Soldier, or the outside guy, number 10, is nowhere to be found. That's Gessner. And McKelvin will just take the football, and then after he gets it, he just does a magnificent job of weaving and twisting to get himself free into the end zone. And this is a big blow to the Chargers as New London, in their first possession of the second half, has widened their lead. They are up 26-0 now in this third quarter, and this very important conversion now, 26-12, and this conversion now attempting 2 points, and they're not going to make it again.
That's one of the few things New London has not been adept at this evening. Ambrose Fletcher trying to run it in for the 2 points, but New London nonetheless leads this football game 26-12. And they are just going right now, buddy, nothing being held back by New London. McCullough now is going to the air, and his receivers are open.
Wide open. That was really either a busted coverage or someone just was not on McKelvin as he came and just ran a corner route. Not anything difficult. He was the only receiver to this side. They came on a boot pattern. He was wide open, caught the football at about the 25 and just ran it into the end zone for the score. New London now with this 26-12 lead. The Chargers have got to now get this offense in gear, and they've got to get 2 scores, and they've got to do it very quickly here because New London has been able to move the football and to score points really at will in this football game.
Young teeing the football up. He'll kick it off for New London. The second kickoff in the second half already. Ansonia unable to move the football their first possession. They punted the football away. It just took a couple of plays, and a big touchdown pass from McCullough to McKelvin. Young line drives it. That is Jason Tinney on the other end, inside his 10. Tinney showing some balance, getting the football out close to the 30-yard line. He's taken down there by, I think that's number 31, Wilbur.
Tinney again right at about the 5-yard line. Comes up the field to the outside and then he'll cut back inside. Tries to pick up some blocking. He is hit there and then falls to the ground right at about the 28-yard line. So the Chargers are in their second possession of this second half, and they need to get something going. They need to get their fans into the football game.
Pretty much Ansonia has to go to the air, and they're down by more than 2 scores at this point. Tinney on the handoff. Tinney getting it outside, bouncing it outside up to the 46. As long as you have a Jason Tinney in there, you're going to do something. Ambrose Fletcher rides him out at that point.
Watch number 27. Robbie Clark is going to give you a highlight block here on this run. He will come back and block number 80, and 80 will not see it coming. Watch 80 right there. Oh, a major block, and Tinney gets to the outside. He is over the 45 to about the 46-yard line. There's a highlight film block for Robbie Clark, and that's what the Chargers have to do. They've got to get all 11 of those football players with that type of aggressiveness.
They try Tinney again, and the junior runner gets the ball across midfield into New London territory at the 49-yard line on the first down carry. Jerian Clark on the tackle for New London.
Again, Tinney right up the middle. Fullback Kelly on the lead. Tinney again very elusive as he gets in there, picks up about 5.5 yards on that first down carry. And the Chargers, if they stay to their game plan, they are able to move the football. They don't need to just get back and throw it. Staying with Tinney and with their fullback Kelly and the throw will get them back in the game if they can play defense.
Clark out to the near side as the handoffs, the straight handoff to the fullback, and Captain Jamar Kelly is bottled up inside. Juan Wilbur on the tackle for New London.
Trap block from Nader as he tries to spring fullback Jamar Kelly. They pick up a couple yards. They are very close to that first down. It's 3rd and about a yard for Ansonia. Timeout here as one of the Ansonia players coming off the field being replaced. That's number 56. Seth Nader is coming to the sidelines. They will bring a new guard in as he was shaken up for a moment. Has to come off. And the Chargers now about a yard short of that first down, right at about the New London Whaler 46-yard line.
Well, they moved Jimmy Berlinger, and he's been hobbled with a knee injury in the Naugatuck game. And Fry moves to his tackle spot in the second down carry.
That's third down.
Third down carry.
I don't think he made it. It's going to be a big call right here. As he tries to come under, that's Tinney trying to come underneath. He does not get to the 45-yard line. It's a good spot, and it's going to bring up a 4th down. I think the Chargers are in a position here where they're going to go for it. They do not want to give the football back to the Whalers without getting some points themselves.
Football just outside the New London 45. Ansonia has to get it down to the 44 for the first down. They go wishbone, 4th down.
They're going to pick it up. If Ansonia did not move, it will be a first down. We will see here as New London is pointing to that left side of the Ansonia line, and it looks by the way they're going in the London Whalers that it may be the Chargers that moved and drew that defense off sides, as they have got a conference right here at about the 47, 48-yard line. A big call right now, because I don't think Ansonia will risk going for it on a 4th and 6 as they are bringing their punting team in. They have already made the decision.
And the decision is
reverse it.
encroachment against New London. So the New London players were ecstatic. The special teams that moved in for Ansonia.
Here you see the special teams coming off. Ansonia thought they were going to lose. We'll see here if there's any movement. There is. There's no question about it. 66 did rock. And that would have cost, that was Berlinger who just came into the football game. That would have cost them, and that's going to be a big break for Ansonia. As New London was correct, there was movement along that line of scrimmage. Berlinger was set, and he moved forward. But the Chargers pick up the 5, they pick up the first down, and they were at the 40-yard line.
Ansonia goes split backs. Tinney along with Jamar Kelly in the backfield. Lester looking out to the left, tries to screen it out there. I think that might have been, it is one of the coaches of New London, catches the football out of bounds.
Great form, too, as he got the ball at its highest point on the throw. Lester just unloads this. They're probably trying to go to a screen to Fred Pettit. The ball, or the end, Pettit never gets off the line of scrimmage. Watch that form. Great catch, great reception. Goes as an incompletion for Ansonia. It'll be 2nd and 10 at the 40.
2nd down, 2nd and 10 for Ansonia at the 40-yard line of New London. 7:24 remaining in the 3rd quarter. New London leads it 26-12 from Iridgestow Field. Lester unloads, has a receiver out there. It is picked off and now dropped by Drayton, so it'll go as an incompleted pass. Ronaldo Drayton dropped the football.
Try to get the ball to Tinney. Drayton does a good job on coverage as Tinney goes right up the middle. Lester throws the ball short. It allows number 23 Drayton to be there, unable to come up with it. It goes as an incompletion. It'll bring up a big 3rd and 10 as down on the middle of the field is number 70, Sean O'Meara, the senior, 5'9", 200 pounds guard, and right there they are working, you see, working at his, looks like his ankle or knee.
We have a break in the action in the 3rd quarter, and let's take this time out. We're back, everyone. That is Captain Sean O'Meara coming off the field. 5'9", 200-pound senior playing his last game for the Ansonia Chargers, coming off on his own power, and that is a good sign. So we resume action here in the 3rd quarter. Ansonia down 26-12. They have a 3rd and 10 from the New London 40-yard line. Single back. Lester over the middle on the pass, incomplete, as he goes to Clark once more, in and out of Robbie's hands, and Robert Young.
Looked like Fletcher number 45, had a tip before the ball got to Robbie Clark. Clark there. Looked like Bobby Lisi, when he was working on O'Meara, was working on a cramp. That may be the same problem that Robbie Clark has as they go lift that foot up. Bobby Lisi again working on that leg. Cramps now because it is not very cold out. It is relatively warm for this time of the year, and again, they have a lot of underwear on, a lot of undergarments to keep them warm, and they are losing fluid and not replacing it, and that can cause cramping, especially when it is not as cold as they are dressed for tonight in this football game. You see him working on that cramp area, Bobby Lisi and company, trying to get Robbie Clark back into the football game. It'll be a 4th down. I would think that the Chargers will punt the football here at the 40-yard line, try and get some field position, and then hope to get a turnover, shorten the distance that they have to go to at least get one score here, as they are down 26-12. 7-11 as the scoreboard is back in operation. 7-11 left to go here, and again, very quiet on that Ansonia side. They have not had an awful lot to cheer about in this 2nd half, especially the pass play from McKelvin or from quarterback McCullough to McKelvin of 70 yards. Really quieted everybody down very quickly on the 2nd play from scrimmage for New London as they began their 2nd half possession.
I think, Buddy, in terms of turning points, if New London holds on to any part of this lead, think you're going to go back to the last possession of the first half. Again, we talked about it at halftime. Ansonia drawn within 2 points. New London comes down, the big play, McCullough to Cassie Fletcher, getting them within distance, and then McCullough capping off that with the touchdown pass to McKelvin. Then, of course, Ansonia being stopped, the outset of this half, and then right away, couple of plays, boom, New London in the end zone, McCullough to McKelvin.
Yeah, and it's been a big part of this offense, especially the last 2 plays. And you're right, Eddie. I think at 128, when they went into that 2-minute offense and hit that pass, that was a big play for the New London Whaler offense. It got them the lead, and they haven't looked back in this second half because they have been playing very well both on offense and defense to enjoy a 26-12 lead. They've been able to stop that Charger offense and contain, especially Jason Tinney. Robbie Clark getting up there and coming to the sidelines as he is limping. Looks like a leg cramp. He would not be doing that if it was a knee. It's probably more of a cramp. He was hobbled as he went off at halftime in this first half.
But he has had an outstanding career for Ansonia High School. Matter of fact, he, along with Jamar Kelly, played in the last meeting between Ansonia and New London up at Veterans Memorial Field. As freshmen, they were added to the roster late in the year. And matter of fact, I remember Clark on a key tackle on special teams against a young man by the name of Jamal Johnson. There's certain plays that are etched in your mind. And Clark has been a standout these past 4 years for Ansonia. They give to the short back. They pitch it back to Lester. The pass is incomplete. The little bit of razzle-dazzle is unsuccessful, and New London will take over on downs in excellent field position.
Ball was underthrown as they had a receiver out there. Gessner looked like he was open. Whether he would have had the first down or not, I don't know, but they come with the option pitch from the near back. As the ball is thrown, it is thrown short. Gessner was down at about the 26-yard line. He would have had enough yardage for the first down. Ball was hopped in there. New London with great field position, and this is a key series for the defense of Ansonia. They cannot allow another score here and expect to win this game.
High back formation for New London at the 40-yard line. They pitch it. That's Ronaldo Drayton now running out of the tailback spot. And Drayton picks up about 4 yards on first down off the right side.
New London has had great success in running that tailback and just trying to get him to the outside. Again, it's Ambrose Fletcher, not Drayton. He and his brother have been back there all day and running that play very successfully for positive yardage. 6:37 as you see the scoreboard back in use now in this third quarter. The New London Whalers and their offense would just like to control and maybe break a play with that running attack rather than trying to risk throwing the ball at this point.
In motion is Cassie Fletcher on second down. The pitch is to brother Ambrose. Ambrose vaults the defense, but is stuck there. Fine defensive effort by Ansonia. Fry along with Gessner in the middle of things for Ansonia. Another Ansonia player is down on the field.
Ambrose will come to the near side on the pitch. He will give you a Jason Tinney right at the end as he tries to go up and over here. As he gets airborne, he is hit in the middle of that and driven backwards. He'll pick up a couple. It'll bring up a 3rd and 7 for the New London Whalers as you look at Soldier and company on defense, and they've got to stop New London right here and force them to punt.
Football at the 44-yard line. White out to the right side. McCullough back to throw. Good time. Gets it out to the short man. It's an incompleted pass. Jamar Kelly on the pop. Believe they were going to the tight end, Tommy Thompson, the short receiver.
Kelly will hit Thompson as the ball is thrown over his head. You'll see right here number 26 come in and hit number 80. Ball was out of the reach of Thompson. It'll bring up a 4th down for the Whalers as they will punt. Going back deep will be Tinney and Gessner to receive.
Back to punt for New London will be Isaac Lazaro. He'll stand at his 30-yard line. A lot of time left in this football game, but Sony's going to have to do something in a hurry. Officials blow the play dead before the snap.
Too much time
against New London. That's going to back them up 5 yards inside their 40-yard line. So Ansonia came up with an important defensive series, and they're going to need to do that a few more times in this football game.
Their offense has to come up now big and at least mount some type of a drive, really to start the adrenaline flowing again in those football players, so that defense has to go back out. They have pretty good field positioners. That's not a great punt.
Ansonia sets up on a return. Ball bounces once, fielded there. That is Tinney trying to put on a few moves, but he's taken down there at the 39-yard line. Number 77 around the action. First of all, Juan Wilburn, 77 around the action. Eric Jennings for New London.
Tinney again gives you a lot of moves as he comes back to this far side. See number 72 do a good job in breaking down to make that tackle, preventing Tinney from getting back to the outside.
That's Ricky Gomez.
And that forced Tinney to come back up into the pack. Good job on tackling, but it will be moved back on a penalty. It'll be either a clipping, blocking below the waist, or a hold, probably some type of a blocking below the waist, and it will put Ansonia back to their own 24-yard line. So that good field position was lost on the mistake on special teams. Ansonia now really has to do something to liven up the crowd.
You're definitely right. They've got to get the crowd back into the football game.
That young man can do it.
He could do it. Tinney trying to swing wide to the outside. He runs out of bounds after a pickup of about 3 on the play. He is having an outstanding football game in his playoff game, and just an outstanding season for the junior Jason Tinney.
Come on the draw play. Lineman try and turn the inside people out and then allow Tinney to come back up inside. Tinney gets all that he can get and then just steps right out of bounds, not wanting to take anyone on, and that's a smart move. Save himself. He does not need to get hit and punished, as he got all he could get, picked up almost about 5 yards and got himself out of bounds.
Ball at the 29-yard line, 2nd and 6 for Ansonia. Split backs, Lester back to throw. Lester looking over the middle, has a receiver wide open. Tinney, 45, 40, 30-yard line, and Jason run out of bounds inside the 30 by Cassie Fletcher. Jason Tinney.
Tinney is unaccounted for in that defense of New London a couple of times today, as he was right down the middle, wide open. Excellent throw from quarterback Rich Lester to Tinney. Watch Tinney circle out of the backfield. He will come right down the middle, and then Lester will hit him right in the numbers, and then Tinney will just take the football down inside the 30 to about the 27-yard line. Great run after the catch by Jason Tinney. Cassie Fletcher will drag him out of bounds. Excellent, excellent play call from the Charger offense.
So Ansonia now has, would you say?
I just wanted you to see yourself on TV again. I get a chance to get us on at least once a week. We have an entourage here. That pretty young lady way over there in your picture is my lovely wife, who at least came on a date tonight. I get a date on this one, and she came with us to watch this one, and it's been a great one so far.
I don't think she wanted you to say that, buddy. I think you're in big trouble.
It'll cost me dinner later.
I think you're in big trouble.
Well, she got on last week at the end of the game.
Let's go back to the football game. You're in enough trouble as it is.
I know.
First down. Ansonia. Lester back to throw. The senior quarterback has a receiver out there. On the far sidelines, inside the 20-yard line.
See, the difference now is that Charger offense
on the reception. Go ahead, buddy.
Starts to move. You get the fans now are starting to make some noise. Again, Lester will just step back, hit Clark on the turnout. He avoids the first tackle and picks up an extra 5 yards in that big first down, as he's dragged down by number 80 there, coming back on the tackle, Tommy Thompson. But a first down inside the 20 at about the 18-yard line. Chargers would love to get this one in the end zone.
First down for Ansonia. I don't know if they want to abandon the run, but they run it. They give it rather to Tinney, and Tinney, as the play is strung out, maybe picks up 1 on the play. The defensive play made by 23, or is that 22? Getting confused between both of them. Ambrose Fletcher.
Watch now as Tinney tried to get up inside, is forced to go wide. It allows the pursuit to come up. A good job in tackling by number 22, and that's Ambrose Fletcher, the junior, as he just took Tinney's legs right out from under him. It'll bring up a second down for the Chargers. They picked up a couple on that one.
On the option, Lester. That is Tinney, and Tinney will be stopped. The fine defensive play as New London strings the play wide at the chains, and once again Ambrose Fletcher is around the football.
Tinney just cannot outrun the Fletcher brothers as he tries to go to the outside. Good job by Lester running the option, waits to the last minute, pitches the ball off, and then number 22 again, right up on the shoulders of Jason Tinney, drives him out of bounds. It'll be a big 3rd and 10 for the Chargers here as they are obviously in 4-down territory. They need to pick up about 4 or 5 to be able to make that on a 4th down conversion. Lester over the football.
Ball at the 16-yard line. Lester rolling right, has pressure, throwing the football. It's batted down by New London. It'll go as an incompleted pass. Number 4, a standout all evening long, Troy McKelvin. Used his 6 feet 3 inches to good advantage.
He got up, knocked it down. That's the second one that he's knocked back at Rich Lester as Lester came on a bootleg. He will fake to his top of the picture and then come back. Forced out of the pocket, pretty good pressure there. Number 76, Gutierrez. And then look at number 4, McKelvin, get up and just spike that football right back into the face of quarterback Rich Lester. It's a 4th down here. Timeout being taken as I don't know whether it is New London or Ansonia. It is going to be New London. There is a player still down from that previous play.
But here's the scary thing about the New London Whalers situation this year. They're undefeated at this point. The fact is, this is a junior team. Matter of fact, Jim Bunicor said coming into the season, he knew he had some good kids. He had some good athletes. We believe that might be Ambrose Fletcher down there. Anyway, he's had some good kids. He had some good athletes. No way did he think that they were going to be the team that they were this year. They were counting on next year as the season progressed. They just kept on getting better and better. As you see, Ambrose going off under his own power. And that's the scary thing. This is a junior team.
Nice to be able to be in the championship game and get on the bus at the end of the game and look down the lineup and see most of the young men are going to be back for you next year. And certainly a great way to start the 1992 season with a group of veterans, as you see going back to the huddle, Tommy Thompson with his helmet as Ansonia back over the ball. And this is a very big play in this football game with 3:39 left to go in this 3rd period.
I would say so. 4th and 10 from the 16. Lester pressured by McKelvin, and Lester just dumps it off. It's an incompleted play, and now a flag is dropped on the play.
If they get roughing the pass, it would be a tough one. They're going to get intentional grounding. That's, I think, pretty good call by Eddie Ardito, as you got everybody, again, breaking the line of scrimmage, and that's the 2nd or 3rd time that they've come on a blitz, and Ansonia has not been able to pick them up, especially inside. Lester was pressured, really never had an opportunity to throw the football, and Eddie Ardito now talking to New London. They are going to take the football. It will be a big defensive series for New London. Watch inside as it's great pressure up in the middle. Again, McKelvin comes from the outside. He is off the block of Kelly. He is already on Lester. Lester really just throwing the football away to prevent the loss. He will take the sack. He will take the throwing the ball away, intentional grounding, and that will put New London at about the 30-yard line to start their possession. As you see, 3:33, and Coach Hunt right there knows that that is an opportunity he would like to have back. His offense moved the football down the field, could not convert any points. And London now with a chance to run some time off the clock with a 26-12 lead.
At the 32-yard line, they give it to the tailback. That's Ambrose Fletcher through the center of the line.
Again, Fletcher just busting up inside, following the fullback. He pulls himself forward for a couple extra yards in the pile. Picked up about 4.5 to 5 yards. It brings up a 2nd and about 5 for New London as they are moving the football when they have to on offense.
Kelvin out to the left side. 2nd and 5, as Buddy mentioned. For the New London Whalers going to that power I formation. Cassie Fletcher swinging it wide to the left side, and he is stopped there by the Ansonia defense. First to get to him is Captain Fred Pettit, and Pettit is trying to get this crowd into this football game. And you're right, Buddy, you made the comment a couple of times, this side of the field is not in the football game.
As Fletcher comes to the outside, you see Robbie Clark on the stunt, and Pettit gets a piece of him. drags him to the ground. They lost about 4 yards on it. It'll bring up again a big third down. The defense has done a good job except for that one pass play to McKelvin in this second half. They've done a pretty good job of containing New London. It's the offense that's got to get some points for them.
And a draw, and being stopped in his tracks in the backfield. That's Ambrose Fletcher. So the Ansonia defense has come to life. Pettit powers around the football along with Soldra.
Again, Soldier will come off the block as they try and run the draw. You see number 50 right there along with Powers as they drag Fletcher to the ground. It brings up a fourth down, a punting situation. We'll see if the Chargers can enjoy, again, good field position. They should if they can field the punt, especially if Jason Tinney is able to get a hold of it. This time Robbie Clark is back there with him, so you've got two guys that can run the ball. We'll see what the Chargers are able to do here. Still about 1:40 left to go in this third quarter.
Lazaro on the punt. Ansonia setting up for a return. It's a short punt. Taking a bounce, fielded there by Tinney at the 33 on the far side of the field. And he is upended right there before he can get going with any moves at the 39-yard line. A New London player down on the turf. Tinney brought down, and another stoppage of play. A lot of leg cramps, I would think also, buddy. Mentioned a few times that rather warm conditions for December. You finally got me to accept the fact that it's warm.
Tinney takes it. He does not go very far. Very good coverage by New London. Again, Coach Bonacore there over that young man. And I'll tell you, every time that a young man has gone down for New London, the first guy out on the field has been the head coach. And looks like number 44 for New London. And we have to look, he has not been in a great deal. Jose Martinez. I remember him making a tackle on one of the special teams, but he is down there. And again, the New London staff working on him. As we have a momentary pause here, Eddie Ardito in your picture there. Again, the offensive Ansonia has got to get their football team back into the game. They have enjoyed pretty good field position in the second half. Got the ball down inside the 20 just a moment ago, could not convert points. And they are at 26-12, 2 scorers away from being back in this game. Defensively, the New London Whalers have done an excellent job in this second half against the Ansonia Chargers.
Pretty much, buddy, the last few possessions for Ansonia, it's really been Jason Tinney, the go-to guy, and he has created an awful lot of the offense. Lester going to him, Tinney running the football. The other players for Ansonia have to get into the picture.
If they were playing another football team, Tinney might have had a couple more scores too, because he has been chased down by, again, and we don't want to overstate it, a very, very quick defense. The New London Whalers with Fletcher, both Fletcher brothers, Cassie and Ambrose, have, along with Dixon, provided great speed in that secondary, and their linebacking core also has done a great job of chasing people down, both Holloway and Thompson. So they've got pretty good speed. Again, we're waiting for that young man as he is.
That is Martinez
going to the sidelines under his own power. Again, it's great to see the head coach, the first guy out there to help his young men, as Ansonia right now over the football right at about the 39-yard line.
Split backs for Ansonia. Lester will put it up. Swings it out, almost picked off. That is number 80, the backer, Tommy Thompson, who almost got his mitts on the football.
Tried to get the ball out to Tinney and allow him to run. Thompson does a good job of being in the middle of it. Lester just tries to get it up and dump it in. Watch Thompson get up. He gets a piece of it, almost picks the football off. Good coverage coming up from the corner that time from Drayton also. Tinney really never had an opportunity to go.
2nd and 10 for Ansonia at their 39. Waning moments of the third quarter. New London leads at 26-12. We're at Gestow Field, campus of Southern Connecticut. Class S title game. Tinney putting on the moves on 2nd down and 10 and getting it up to the 44-yard line before he's stopped by Clark.
Tinney comes on the crossbuck again. Number 56, Seth Nader, trying to provide an opening for Tinney as he picks up a couple yards. It'll bring up a 3rd and about 6 for the Ansonia offense. They need to convert. They must get a drive going here. It's a big 3rd down for Rich Lester and company.
Lester throws it out. Another pass. It's tipped and picked off by New London. Dixon on the interception.
We'll see who got their hands up on that one. Clark was just running a turnout. The ball is going to be tipped. Dixon will be the man on the spot as the ball goes up. Again, the tip, I don't know whether it was McKelvin or not, but that's his area. Could have been Thompson again. Great job by Dixon as he gets in there, the senior. Guy Dixon with the interception right at the Ansonia 48-yard line. So as the third quarter begins to run down, New London with excellent field position here, and they can get a score, or if they get a score, they can really put the game out of reach.
Should be the last play of the third quarter. To give to the second back, that's Ambrose Fletcher. Ansonia defense is really tightened up here in the second half. Gessner on the play, along with number 56, Seth Natter. I want to conclude matters here in the third quarter. We've played 3 quarters here at Jestow Field, the campus of Southern Connecticut State University. Our third quarter score is New London 26, Ansonia 12.